Hello all, my name is Christina and I'm here today to bring to you a product that was recently brought to my attention by a good friend. They brought this product to my attention because they felt as though it was something that would be beneficial to myself as a woman and just as a business-minded person. The product was brought to my attention and wowed me off the bat. Now I have to say this, before I can put my all into something, back something, or even support it, I need to be able to visually see that it's as amazing as you say it is. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I am saying right from the beginning that a lot of research was done, a lot of focus groups. So this isn't something that was just thrown together. This was actually very well researched, very knowledgeable of what he was speaking of, and the product is amazing. The product that was brought to my attention today was this. Off the bat, a woman can see it and know exactly what it is. It's a sanitary napkin. Men may know this because they have daughters, mothers, sisters, and people who also use them. This is a product that women have to use on a monthly basis. Something that they walk into a grocery store and make sure that they pick up because they know that they're going to need it for about 4 to 5, 6 to 7 days out of a month. So the first product that they brought to me was a well-known brand that a lot of women use monthly. So what they did was they brought the product to me and they pretty much step by step showed me what it could do and also gave me some knowledge, a lot of education on things that I never knew. So I'm going to do the same for you today. So what they did was bring the product and they placed it in front of me. Off the bat, I see that it states that it has a 10-hour absorbency level. Just looking at the product and feeling the product, I can see right off the bat that the material is a little bit more rugged. It's rigid. It's something that we have to feel monthly, and with the rigidness of it, it could cause a lot of irritation. Now, why do you think that it's rigid and it's rugged the way it is? Because regular pads are made with synthetic plastic, which is horrible. The synthetic plastic gives you that rugged feel, which causes a lot of irritation down bottom. So also, what was brought to my attention, gynecologists say that naturally, for a woman, whenever she uses a sanitary napkin on a daily basis, hourly basis, about 15 to 50 milliliters of blood is given through that feminine flow in that moment of her wearing that sanitary napkin. So what I'm going to do today is I have 2 glasses here. Both are with the exact amount of water, 15 milliliters, and I'm going to pour it evenly across this so that you can see. So that's the entire glass. So sadly enough, we are not educated the way that we should. And a lot of our women are suffering from unnecessary sicknesses. Women are suffering from miscarriages, urinary tract infections, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, fibroids. And unfortunately, with the research that's done, it says that a lot of the products that are being used in these regular sanitary napkins are what are causing them, which is very sad because this is a product that we have to use. It's not something we can say, okay, I'm not going to use it. We have to use it. So it's sad that research says that that's part of the cause for those unnecessary sicknesses, which is important to me as a mother, not only because it's something that I have to use, but also because I have a daughter who now is going through this exact same situation monthly. So the top portion is made from synthetic plastic, as stated. And what we're learning from the research is as well, what's put into these products is very damaging to us. What they are putting in here and the chemicals that are being used, one of the primary chemicals is dioxin, which is 10 times worse than cyanide. That's horrible. This is something that's going into your system on a monthly basis. So what I'm going to do is pretty much show you what it is that it does. So I'm going to take a paper towel. We're going to work on absorbency. And I'm going to do what they did. They patted it gently. And what you see is that the paper towel is totally soaked. Totally soaked. And that's the average, 15 milliliters that was put into it. And it's soaked. Which means that when women are wearing them, this is what you feel. You feel wetness down there. So I'm going to take it apart so that you can see what is inside of these sanitary napkins. We already said that the top layer is made from a synthetic plastic, which is not good. Causes lots of irritations in women when they're wearing them. So we're going to look at the innermost part of it. And we're going to see the next level. The next strip is supposed to be the supportive absorbent part. In many of these sanitary napkins, you see this blue decor that's supposed to be part of the absorbency. So what we don't know is that the blue decor that's supposed to be a part of the absorbency is ink. Now, it doesn't take Einstein to figure that out. Women have about 98.5% humidity down there, moisture level. And think of ink and when it gets wet, what happens? So you have this heat and you have moisture, and then you have ink that's getting wet. The dye, it bleeds. It goes into your system. So this is going into your system. The ink is going up into your bloodstream because you're wearing these things for 2 to 3 hours at a time, and the ink is flowing back into your system, which is horrible. So this absorbency strip shows this ink, and it's scary. It's scary for me as a woman, and it's scary for me as a parent to know that my daughter is wearing these things 2 to 3 hours, and this ink and dye is going into her bloodstream. I stated that the top portion was rugged and felt rough. So not only are these things made from a synthetic plastic, but also the innermost part is made with wood, old newspaper fibers. Old newspaper fibers are not white, which means what? They need to be dyed. So you also have bleached chemicals in here that are also going up into your bloodstream that are highly, highly, highly bad for a woman if you're using this so often. One of the biggest products that are used in that bleaching process is dioxin, which is 10 times worse than cyanide. And that's also going into the bloodstream. All of these things are causing unnecessary sickness in women. And is also, as you can see, with the heat level that's down there, with the moisture, with urine, with the blood and the blood clots, a breeding ground for bacteria, which is horrible for a woman. So what I'm going to do is take this portion, the absorbency, and I also see the innermost portion. It goes into water, just so that you can see what I see. So if you look at these two glasses, I'm going to put them and hopefully you can see. One has a lot more and one has less. So I'm going to put this into the one that has less water so that you can see the difference in it. I'm just going to let that sit there because it's supposed to absorb, and it's in the one, remember, that has less water. I'm going to take the bottom portion off so that you can also see. The bottom portion is like a plastic bag. There's no ventilation. Nothing is getting through here. Now, if you're thinking about the bleach, the chemicals, the blood, the heat, there's no ventilation here. No ventilation, so bacteria is definitely growing. When you break it, it's difficult to break. It's like a bag. This is what women are using on a monthly basis. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move this to the side, and this is the other glass of water. I'm going to take our product so that you can see the difference. Off the bat, what I will notice is that these are made from cotton, which do not need to be dyed. The material on top, soft, sort of like cashmere. Not anything that would irritate the skin. Again, cotton, so it's already white. No bleach is needed. And it's made from cotton, which is also environmentally friendly, biodegradable, which is really important for a person who's wearing them. A lot of less irritation. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take the glass with 15 milliliters of water. I'm going to pour it evenly across so that you can see for yourself the same absorbency. Glass is empty. So as I stated, with the second pad, we have soft cotton inside. And by looking at it, I don't see any sort of decorations or blue ink pad on here that you would actually have to have for absorbency. What you have here is what grasps the absorbency. So I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to take a clean one. A dry paper towel. I'm going to do what they did, put it over it, and I'm pushing down just this hard. Nothing. completely dry. I'll do it again. Smack it so you can hear I'm really pushing down on it. Nothing. That is amazing off the bat. What I'm also going to do is pull it apart so that you can see also what this is made of. We've already said that the top layer is not made from synthetic plastic, but cotton, and you can feel it all through the product. What is inside, which is sort of the brain, sort of like a computer microchip, soft, is this green chip. What's very important about this green chip is that it's all natural algae strip, which contains negative ions. Now you ask yourself, what's negative ions? And if you do the research, you'll see that before a thunderstorm, if you've been to a waterfall or to the beach, that's what negative ions, that's where they are. Negative ions actually are known to have women, anyone in general, not just women, a lot more calm. It relaxes the body. Have you ever seen anyone at the beach looking crazy or not relaxed? I mean, the beach is a calming place. That's due to the negative ions. So this strip is very helpful in that sense, where it contains the negative ions and it actually relaxes the woman. It also helps with the scent, which is something that's really important to women. The scent is really, really important, whether or not someone can smell them. So this being in there is miraculous. It's a part of the pad. Now, I have a daughter, and at this stage of life, it's important for me to know that something like this, if I'm backing it, it has to be amazing. So I tried the product myself. I tried the product and I wore it for 6 hours, and I have to say I forgot I was wearing it. I did not feel wet at all. I felt great. I have to say that the negative ions definitely helped with the smell. There was no smell. And when speaking of calm, I had less cramps, hardly any. And my period flow, instead of having my normal 5-day, went to 2 days. Now, not everyone is going to be the same, but for me, it was 2 days and I felt great. So that in itself was amazing to me as well, just to see that there's no smell and that the negative ions were able to make me feel calmer, make the cramps go away, and even shorten my menstrual cycle, which is really, really important for you to note. So let's go back into this. We're gonna do exactly what we did with the other one, and we're gonna take the next portion off, which should be the absorbent part. And we're gonna do the same exact thing. We're going to put it in a glass of water. But what we are gonna do is put it in the one that has more to show you the difference. So we're gonna sit that in there. So this is the first one, this is the second one. So I'm gonna pull this off. This is the bottom portion. Now, when I showed you the other one, it was plastic and it ripped. This doesn't rip the same. It's not like a plastic bag. I'm not struggling to break it. When I rip it, amazing. I also note that there is a line and strip inside with holes in them. That is because there is a ventilation system in these. So when you're having your 98.5 degree heat down there, and there's blood and there's blood clots and all types of things are going on, this product has a ventilation system. There's air flowing through, so it's not a breeding ground for bacteria because there's actually air flowing through it. It's designed for ventilation, and it's also biodegradable, which is amazing, which means that you're not going to get bacteria, you're not going to feel like you're walking around with dyes or toxins in the system. So we're going to look at these 2 cups now. We'd say this one's been in there a lot longer, about 5 minutes. If you can see clearly, there's still noted water in there. You can hear it. Water. Didn't absorb much. This has been in there for a second. No water, nothing. Now, I'm not sure if that'll amaze you or not, but it definitely amazed me. This product is phenomenal. Research, like I said, has been done. Education has been done. I'm not looking forward to any unnecessary sicknesses. I don't want to look forward to cancer. I don't want to look forward to miscarriages. I don't want to look forward to urinary tract infections. If I can have a product that can avoid all of those things, I'm definitely going to back it. As you saw, the absorbency is definitely not as stated. You can hear the water. You can physically see that there's still water in the cup. When you lift this one, no leakage whatsoever. So the absorbency is amazing. People have said that their menstrual cycle, as I stated, have gone from 5, 6, 7 days to 2, 3 days, maybe 2. They've said that when they're wearing them, they forget they're on. I agree. They also say that there's no scent, which is really important as well. So that's what I have for you today. I think the product is awesome, and I think it's definitely something that all women, mothers, teens, anyone that's a female should definitely look into. I am supporting it. I'm backing it. I gave you a visual as I needed so that I could support it, and I hope that this is something that you also will look into. Again, remember, lots of these other sanitary napkins are causing a lot of unnecessary illnesses in our women, and that is not something that we want to as women to look forward to. So thank you for your time, and I appreciate you listening to the video.